Tracy, baby, I think you need to know that there is a possibility that this may be my last production with 13-minute productions.
What's going on, Liam?
Well, you heard about what happened with Bill O'Reilly over at Fox News, right?
Wasn't he fired for sexual harassment?
Look, he wasn't fired. He was forced out. There's a difference. And he was paid $25 million to leave by Fox there, Hot Chocolate.
What does that have to do with 13-minute productions?
Well, you need to know that I applied for the job over there at Fox News, and I'm expecting a call to be hired any day now.
Liam, you can't be serious.
Listen, Jugs, I know this, is kind of last-minute news to you. We all knew that I was destined to be a star one day.
And what makes you think you can take Bill O'Reilly's place at Fox News?
Easy. It's because I am great at the news and, unlike Bill, I can control myself around the ladies.
Really?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, just a few days ago, a lovely young woman from Thailand was trying to pick me up in an electronics store.
Oh, no.
Not to worry, Jugs, because I was culturally sensitive and I handled it like a gentleman.
Oh, God. What did you do?
Relax. I looked deep into her big, bouncing eyes, and I said, "So, you're from Thailand, right? So how long have you been a woman? What do you think? Sensitive?
Just read the news, Liam.
What did I say?"
And you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome to 13-minute production news. Filling in for Ciso Hamilton is Elizabeth Tolson.
And I'm Liam Bernard.
Fox News.
On April Fool's Day, Russian President Vladimir Putin showed the world that he has a sense of humor. The Russian Foreign Ministry put out an official joke video proposing the following selections when you call. Press 1 for a call from a Russian diplomat to your political opponent. Press 2 to use a service of Russian hackers, or press 3 to request election interference. Myself, I'm waiting for them to offer another selection. Press 4 for a hot Russian blonde and 2 bottles of vodka.
In France, Marine Le Pen and Emmanuel Macron placed first and second in the French presidential election and will advance to a runoff on May the 7th. Le Pen is an anti-immigration and anti-EU candidate. Macron is pro-immigration and pro-EU, so let's get ready to rumble France! Okay, neither candidate belongs to the previous 2 major parties, which had dominated French politics since the 1950s. Liam?
Democracy in America has taken another blow as mobs of dimwits continue to destroy American town halls. Politicians from both major political parties state that these events have become, quote, risky propositions, end quote, as the behavior of these loons has gotten out of control. In response, politicians are either canceling these events or setting strict limits in order to attend. Welcome to snowflake democracy in the United States, where the loudest bullies get to make the rules. Elizabeth?
On the line of bullies, 3 ISIS fighters were eaten by wild boars after the boars overran an ISIS position in a concentrated assault. Boars may have been responding to the president of the Philippines' promise to eat ISIS members found in his country.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. The beautiful, brilliant, and talented Ivanka Trump was jeered and booed at a forum in Berlin that was held to promote female leaders. This event was hosted by the German Führer Angela Merkel and Christine Lagarde of France, the former president of the International Monetary Fund. Interestingly, not a single one of these feminine idiots voiced any objection when Saudi Arabia was named to the Women's Rights Commission at the United Nations just 2 days earlier. You know, Saudi Arabia, the same country where women aren't even allowed to leave their homes at any time without being accompanied by a male. Elizabeth?
Really shows you where our priorities lie, doesn't it?
No kidding.
In Idlib province in Syria on April the 4th, there was a chemical attack, believed to be sarin nerve gas. It killed more than 80 people, including 10 children. According to French intelligence, it was delivered by air and was a formulation used by Syrian armed forces. This was a violation of the agreement between Syria, the United States, and Russia, stating that Syria would dispose of all of their chemical weapons. In response, the U.S. launched nearly 5 dozen at the Syrian airbase that they believed to have the attack originated from. Liam?
President Donald J. Trump was the first Western world leader to call and congratulate Recep Erdogan as he was made Turkey's first Islamo-fascist dictator in modern times. Erdogan, in a Stalinist-style purge during a fake coup attempt last year, imprisoned thousands of teachers, judges, and journalists for the sole crime of not supporting his agenda of taking Turkey back to the 7th century. Let's see how long this man crush lasts, shall we? Elizabeth?
The governor of Chechnya has vowed to relocate all homosexuals to concentration camps before Ramadan. However, when asked by a journalist if he thought this would violate the human rights of the homosexuals, the governor responded with, "There are no homosexuals in Chechnya. Either it's not going to take a lot of work or somebody's not being honest." Liam?
Two of the world's most spoiled brats are squaring off to fight in the world's playground as the heavyweight dictator of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, threatened to sink an American aircraft carrier in order to, quote, demonstrate North Korea's military might, end quote. Kimmy, you just don't understand. We just elected someone who is not going to play games with you, and his nuclear weapons actually work. Keep screwing with Trump, and he will push that little red button and nuke your fat ass into oblivion. Cheers, Kimmy.
On an interesting tie-in, it is North Korea's 85th anniversary of their military.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe it's just giving him that little push to be brave.
let's get ready to rumble.
The Cassini space probe, launched in 1997, has dived between Saturn and its rings, the first spacecraft to do so. It came within 1,900 miles of Saturn's cloud tops and 200 miles of the innermost edge of Saturn's rings. The closest any spacecraft has approached Saturn at speeds of about 77,000 miles an hour.
Whatever happened to Uranus?
I don't know, they haven't gone there yet.
Oh, I'm sure someone has.
Liam?
There is evidence that bigots can be funny too, but if you're willing to laugh at them. Ian Brown of the United Kingdom created a petition on change.org entitled "Stop Israeli Apartheid Against Dead Sea Fishermen." Thousands of buffoons and benzonim could not wait to sign it. The petition states that Israel, quote, has not issued a single fishing permit to a Palestinian for fishing in the Dead Sea, end quote. Now just think about that nonsense for just one moment, all right? Okay? In fact, Israel has never issued a fishing permit to anyone ever in the history of mankind in the Dead Sea because, well, the Dead Sea it's friggin' dead, people. It is so salty that it cannot sustain life and geniuses. That includes fish. Elizabeth?
The scientists at the University of Zurich have discovered something interesting. Female dragonflies will play dead to avoid the advances of male dragonflies. Ladies, I think we might have found a new technique. Liam?
It won't hold some of us back. Nonetheless, finally, from Florida, the first reported case of tennis interruptus has been reported. A professional tennis match in Sarasota was interrupted because of sounds of loud sex coming from a nearby dwelling. The sounds were described as, quote, the sound of a woman moaning in pleasure, end quote. One of the competitors, Francis Tiafoe, screamed, "It can't be that good." Mr. Tiafoe, clearly you have never brought a woman to that point, the point where she could actually moan in pleasure, or you would know that, yes, it can be that good.
Stay tuned for a special thank you. We at 13 Minute Productions would like to take a moment to thank Serkan Salih of Kubrat, Bulgaria for designing our banner, logo, and Facebook background. Thank you.
Merci.
Blagodaria, Serkan.